Hi everyone, welcome you all. Previously we have discussed what is expression and how to convert a infix expression into a postfix expression. And today we are going to discuss how to evaluate postfix expression. Okay, first of all we are going to see what is algorithm and how we can evaluate it, and then we will do some examples. Okay, to be precise, we will be looking 2 examples. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is the algorithm to evaluate postfix expression. Okay, so let's get started. So here is the algorithm to evaluate a postfix expression. Now first of all we are going to start, and then we will check all the symbols from left to right and repeat the step 3 to 4 for each of the symbol expression in E. According to the first condition, if a symbol is operand, we have to directly push it to the stack. Okay, according to this, for the first condition, if we found a operand, then we have to push it onto stack. This is really simple. Okay, and if we found an operator, then we have to pop 2 operands in case of a binary operator and 1 operator in case of a unary operator, and then we have to evaluate the expression and push the result back to the stack. Okay, as a result equal to top element on the stack. Okay, so whatever the leftover will be the result. Now let us check out an example to see how this can be done. Okay, so here's an example. At the top you can see the expression. It is a postfix expression. You can see all the operands are to the left hand side and operators are to the right hand side. Now see, what we need to do, we need to scan all the elements one by one. Okay, first of all we are going to scan 6 from the starting from the left, then 5, then 2, and so on till the end. Okay, and at the end the result of this stack will be our answer or result. Okay, so now let's get started. So first of all we are going to scan a first element from E, that is 6. Okay, 6 is a operand, so it will go directly to the stack, and here you have to make 4 columns: scan, stack, calculate, and operations. Okay, so next element is our 5. We have read it and found that it is a operand, so we have to push it to stack. Then 2, same, we are going to push it to stack, and then we have found a multiplication, and here it is a binary operator, so we have to pop 2 operands and perform the operation. So 5 multiplied by 2 is equals to 10, and the result is pushed back to our stack. So my stack status becomes 6 and 10. Okay, and then we are going to scan a 10, that is a next element, and since it is a operand, so it will be pushed to stack. Then 4 pushed to stack, and then we have again a operator, and that is also a binary operator. That's why we have to pop 2 elements one by one. 10 plus 4 is equals to 14, and then push this result to stack. Similarly here also 10 plus 14 is equals to 24, and push it back to stack. Now minus, here remember one thing, 24 and then 6, or you can see you have to pick complete expression like this only and evaluate. Okay, sometime there may be confusion that whether you have to write 24 minus 6 or 6 minus 24. So I'm stressing on this, you have to pick as it is and place your operator between the 2 operand and evaluate. So this will give you minus 18. My mistake, I have written 18, but it is minus 18. Okay, so then after evaluation you have to push result to stack. So in this way you can easily calculate the result. Okay, now what you have to do today is you have to write a Python code to do the same. Okay, your string will contain an expression and your program will evaluate it. Okay, and I want you to do these exercises in your practical copy. Okay, now let us move to our next example. Okay, here an expression is in a form of true or false, and here we have a not operator okay, which is not a binary operator, which is a unary operator. So let's see how to evaluate these. Okay, so first of all, we are going to scan an element that is true, it's a operand, push it to the stack. Similarly, false also goes to stack. Now what you can do is, in your questions, when you are solving in your examination, you can write this expression and cut first element with pencil. Okay, so this will indicate that you have read it. You will not make mistake in reading a same element again, okay, or you will not skip an element in this way. Okay, so now, so true we have scanned it, then false we have scanned it, my stack status becomes true comma false, and then we have used and is a operator, so we have to push both the elements out, pop both the elements out and then evaluate. True and false is equals to false, and we have to push this result back to our stack and then read again. True, it's a operand, push it to stack. True, push it to stack status becomes false. True, true, and then not is a unary operator. Okay, so we have to pop only one element, it is written wrong. Okay, because I have copied from some resource, I know that only one element is popped, and evaluate this, and then result is again pushed to the stack. So not true is equals to false, and then push to stack, which makes our stack status as false, true and true. Okay, then or you have to again evaluate, pop two operands and then evaluate it. So you know that true false is equals to true, and this result will be pushed to the stack. Okay, and then finally, and both the operands are popped and evaluated. See how we have did it, false and true. We have picked this complete thing and placed the operator in between and evaluated it. Okay, and then push the result back to our status. So in this way we are getting false at the end. This is our answer for the expression, right? So hope you have understood this and can easily evaluate. Since you have learned how to convert infix expression into a postfix expression and how to evaluate postfix expression, now it's time to have some questions. I will be giving you some of the questions in next slide. You have to complete it and then show it to me. Okay, and that's all for today. Hope you have learned how to evaluate postfix expression. Remember, you have to make a Python program to evaluate postfix expression. Okay, now in your program you have to take a list or a string for an expression and then scan each element one by one and evaluate. Okay, as discussed. Now instead of a string you should be taking list. That will be more convenient, because when we have a number containing more than one digit in string, it will be tedious task. Okay, so in my opinion you should be taking list. Okay, so this will be your task for today. Thank you, bye bye, and have a nice day. Bye.